Welcome to Last and First. My name is Eric Lanchers, and this is a series where I start from the pits and see how many cars we get past. So right up ahead, we can actually see there's smoke. We are starting from the pits about 20 seconds behind, and someone's already had an incident on T1, so we get an easy pass. So Oschersleben, very difficult track and to pronounce and also to race. I absolutely love it here. However, when you do start from the pits, you have about a 20-second penalty or 15 to 20-second penalty on first place because you the pit exit is super long and you get a 10-second pit penalty right before you start. So they're holding you in pits for 10 seconds and then you have to go through and meander through a giant pit area, super slow. So we are way behind the pack. So first few laps, or first lap I hope, is just going to be putting in as the best times we can on cold tires to start to catch up to the pack. As soon as we start catching up to the pack, that's where the action kind of jumps in, and then we get to utilize the draft from people to leapfrog from one person to another. So we are 3.2 seconds behind the next guy, and actually Marian. Okay, cool. So I remember seeing him in qualified. I think he had the second fastest qualifying times, which means that he's actually going to be fairly quick. So there's a possibility that it's going to be me and him kind of battling our way through the tracks and through the pack, because I know he's quicker than the guys that he is behind. So we are kind of rounding up our first lap, and we've managed to make up a lot of time in our first lap. I think we were like 6 seconds behind the first guy, and now we are 3.3. And I think right after this T1, we should be considerably closer. So I'm actually considerably, right there. And there's debris on the track. So that's one of the things with the newest updates. You can kind of see the debris on the track, and that's actually really quite impactful, especially on that turn. That's one of the slipperiest turn on the track. So to have debris there is really quite something. All right, cool. So now we are almost in draft. We're, I think, in 2.9. So we're making up almost half a second per sector or so, and we are quickly clawing our ways back. But as I mentioned, this whole track is kind of a draft track. It's very difficult to pass. It's very difficult to kind of make up the time because everyone's getting pulled by the leader. There's an incident ahead. Okay, cool. I see smoke, and that's great. I think maybe as long as they don't hit us. Oh, okay, cool. So mix of emotions right there, where incident ahead means they're going to be slowing down, but then at the same time I got to dodge them. So we are 1.5 seconds behind. We were at, what is it, like 3.9 or so at the beginning of this lap, and we are clawing our way back, hitting these apexes. That was picture perfect right there. And now we are officially in draft. Let's go. Here's the way the action starts, and I can see the guy that I was chasing in yellow or just past this other person right now. So we are right behind Rafael, and I decided to go on the inside or outside depending on how you look at this turn. Split second move, but we do get the pass. I kind of had to make my move quickly because we were coming up on him at a rapid rate. Now this guy in front of us is kind of quick. Don't want to run into him, but we do need to make up that time. And that turn, once again, the debris there makes it much slipperier. So here I'm thinking, what's going to happen? Because if I try to pass this guy that's right in front of me, we might, because he's going at a faster pace than everyone else, we might end up in a wreck. So I'm kind of choosing my time, or trying to choose my strategic place to pass him. And on this track, it's actually really difficult because you cannot pass right here. If you try to make a pass right here, you're more than likely going to end up in a wreck because people are just not going to respect the right and left. Here, however, I think about it, but he closes it down, and of course I'm trying to avoid any contact or any pushing anyone off while being being able to pass me. All right, cool. Maybe here if I can get a good exit. Well, I don't get the best exit. We're gonna have to see. Everyone's in a train, so the guy in front of me is getting the same draft as I am, so we're kind of all going at the same pace. I'm thinking about it, but no. If anything, I did that move to make the guy in front of me worried. I wasn't gonna go for it, and usually I say not to do that because you just lose a bit of time, but I do want to worry him. So one of the things that I've discovered is sometimes you gotta play a psychological game. And here we are going to try to make our move. If we could get a good enough rate here. And
you just hit the fastest lap.
We squeeze right there. It's going to be close. This is going to be risky. Whole bunch of people. Oh, I see it.
Clear on the right.
And we squeeze. Oh, and he's off. He's off. And now 3 wide, 2 wide.
2 wide.
And we managed to squeeze through. Wow. So I saw the guy decided not to dive into this cluster of T1. So I took the inside right away and then managed to avoid the wreck and then managed to squeeze on the inside. So we've gained, what is it, like 3-4 positions right there in that one single move. So now we're right in the middle of the pack and we're coming up to the leaders soon. All right, we're in the middle of the pack and we're gonna try to see what we can do. So these two guys, this is very difficult. You cannot pass here. And even in this next S section, it's very difficult to pass. So instead of just pushing, I'm just gonna focus on getting a really good exit here. And hopefully I can make something happen. There isn't much room. But here, I am gonna get the inside. Cool, so perfect. So I got a slightly better exit than this guy. Had to use all the grip of the track, and I passed the inside. But I'm not gonna go for this next guy right away. And we're gonna get a better exit. And I'm gonna go wide, he goes in. And we're on the inside. I'm staying in third gear right here. And we managed to make the double pass. All right, cool. So that was quite something. So now we managed to pass the middle pack, and that is the front of the pack. So we got number 1, 2, and 3 right up ahead. We're gonna see if we could claw them back. I'm not even sure we're in draft right now. I think we're slightly out of draft, but we'll be there soon enough. So most of the danger, I think, we've passed. All right. Just on this T1, I think we were able to make up a bit of time, which might get us like 1.2 seconds or so. That's barely in draft. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. We are barely in draft, which means we're gonna be able to claw our way back in now. So that was quite an event, set of events that just happened. So now I'm thinking, all right, cool. The pressure's off. We still have a few laps. So this isn't last lap or anything. We still have a few laps, so I could catch up slowly and safely to these guys and make my strategic passes in the safest way possible. Now, we are gaining quite rapidly with this guy. Once again, I can't pass here, but I'm thinking if I get a really good exit, I might be able to take this guy on the straight. Let's see. Oh, I don't think it's gonna be enough. I think he was about 0.3, 0.4. I'd have to be really aggressive, and I don't want to risk it right here. If it was last lap, I don't know. Well, we'll see. But instead, I figure I'm going to get a good exit, and I'm going to take him on the outside. Okay, cool. Outside, can I make it hold? Oh, I'm giving him space. And I gave him so much space, I had to go out wide, but we do make it. We do successfully make that pass. So I managed to pass him on the outside on that turn. I don't think I've ever done that before. And I had to go wide after, but we made it stick and we gave him enough room so there was no incidents. And now these guys are fighting side by side on T1, and I don't really want anything to do with this. Oh, I thought they were going to hit right there. The wheels kind of seemed to be overlapping, and I honestly, I thought they were going to crash right there. All right, cool. So good thing is we're in third. We actually have a bit of room. We're right behind the leaders, and they are fighting. So we're really, really close. That blue car is really close to the yellow car. Are they side by side? Oh, they're side by side again. You cannot pass here. This is gonna be. Or are they gonna lock up? Okay, at this point, I'm not even, I'm lifting. I do not want anything to do with this because they're gonna crash. And oh, there it goes. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't touch that. I shaved his tire. I don't understand. I was so close. I almost was not wrecked. But fortunately, I had a tingling feeling that something might be happening. They were so close, side by side. I thought they were going to wreck 2-3 times. So I gave him just a bit more space than I usually do, and it just happened. So we are currently in first place. We have, he's right behind us. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So that's actually kind of interesting. Oh, see how we're losing him right now in the mirror? That's because we are prioritizing our exit while he's just trying to throw his car as quickly as possible in that corner. So I got a much better exit, and I was able to leave him in the dust because of the way we take that turn. So let me just, we're in pole right here. It's looking good. And let me just talk this lap through and kind of show you how I'm thinking about it. So first braking marker is kind of going to be right at the, there's a change in the asphalt right here. Right before that, I kind of just start dabbing the brakes, but very gently. You don't want to brake too hard, and then you need to cut in as close as possible. So the trick to getting speed there is you need your right tire on the red and white stuff. And here, I say the white line, you kind of swan dive into this section. So when you're in that turn, your car or body, imagine yourself kind of falling into it, and it's very, very light braking and very light, gentle trail braking the entire time. Here, I purposely cut and I go downshift to third because that corner, that curve is very important. So if you could hit that curve as straight as possible, it makes this entire other section a lot easier. So as I'm doing this section, I'm also using the banking in the tracks. There's very subtle banking, and if you could get your car in those in that little bank, it is going to go much, much faster. So obviously you can see the lines as I'm doing them, but what you might not notice is going to be the subtle banking. So here, I'm actually braking stronger than most people because I want to shove my car on the right side of the tracks, and now I could be full throttle throughout this entire section. So if you take the first section too quickly, you can't take this second section. And here, strategic tire on the grass to just be able to take that full throttle. Some decent, oh, I completely missed the apex there. Some braking there, and then across the line. So hope you guys have enjoyed this last to first. We managed to do it at top split. It's one of the most, I love this track, but it's one of the most difficult to do last to first because the pit area is so long and you get a 10-second penalty at the beginning. So like and subscribe. Talk to you later.